mama, they had a mama-daughter thing going on last night. Rhonda received the Outstanding Teacher of the Year, and then here comes Megan, get Student of the Year. Amen. God is good. We just thank God for all that He has done and continues to do. This morning, from the text that was read into our hearing, just a couple of thoughts, and we'll try to be finished. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 7 beginning. I'll be reading again this morning from the NIV because, again, I believe this is one of those texts that I really want you to see it. And sometimes reading a different version helps us with that. The end of all things is near. Therefore, be alert and of sober mind so that you may pray. Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. Offer hospitality to one another without grumbling. Verse 10 is really where we want you to get. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. If anyone speaks, they should do so as one who speaks the very words of God. If anyone serves, they should do so with the strength God provides, so that in all things God may be praised through Jesus Christ. To Him be the glory and the power forever and ever. Amen. Today is the official kickoff of our fiscal year, and as such, of course, annually this Sunday designates our ministry Sunday, our ministry fast. And so this morning we want to be bringing a thought relative to ministry, and I want to appeal to your hearts this morning, because sometimes when the word gets a little tough, we have a tendency to shut it out. But keep your ears and your heart open this morning and hear not what I'm saying. Not what I'm saying. Hear what God is saying from His word this morning. So this morning, for a few minutes, we want to labor from this thought. Saved to serve and not sit. Saved to serve and not sit. A word that has gained popularity, particularly over the last decade, has been this word purpose. Time and time again have we heard the statement, I'm searching for my purpose. Seminars, workshops, videos by celebrities and common folk alike have been done to help us find our purpose. One of the best-selling books of all time that has even been read by many of us is The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. While these signatures of society are not wrong in and of themselves, what the child of God needs to recognize is that we have a divine purpose. We have a calling. We are the elect. We have been given directives, and what Peter shows us this morning is that we have been saved to to serve and not see. Okay, y'all don't. Holy Ghost, I need some help with this. Peter writes to Christians, both Jew and Gentile, in the region of proconsul Asia Minor, and he exhorts them to bear up under their trials and live holy lives in spite of the persecution that they encountered at the hands of King Nero. And so he begins the conversation in chapters 2 and 3 of how Christ suffered for us, leaving us an example that we should follow in his steps. And now in chapter 4, he continues the conversation and exhorts us to have an attitude of Christ likeness. Listen to the Bible. Verse 1 of chapter 4, therefore, this being true is the idea. Since Christ suffered in his body, equip yourselves also with the same attitude, because he who has suffered in his body is done with sin. As a result, he does not live the rest of his earthly life for evil human desires, but rather for the will of God. For you have spent enough time in the past doing what pagans choose to do, living in debauchery, lust, drunkenness, orgies, carousing, and detestable idolatry. They think it's strange that you do not plunge with them into the same flood of dissipation, and they heap abuse on you. Because Christ suffered in the flesh, yet without sin, we ought to take on the same attitude and strive not to live the rest of our lives in sin. We spend enough time acting like the world. We spend enough time doing things we ought not or should not have been doing. We spend enough time doing the devil's work. We spend enough time falling away from and running away from God. Spend the rest of your time acting like Christ. We're going to talk about you, because you don't hang with them no more. We used to be down. Now you don't want to hang. We used to be boys. Now you don't want to hang out. Well, no, because I'm trying to live Christ. And what they need to realize is that judgment is coming. And so I'm trying to spend the rest of my days acting like Christ. 1 Peter chapter 4, the Bible says in verse 5 and 6, but they have to give account to him who is ready to judge the living and the dead. For this is the reason the gospel was preached even to those who are now dead, so that they might be judged according to men in regard to the body, but live according to God in regard to the spirit. And then as we approach our text for this morning, the first thing we need to know is that you need to be determined in your expectancy. Okay, preacher, what does that mean? Let's see if we can show you that from Scripture. He says in verse 7, the end of all things is near. Therefore, be clear-minded and self-controlled, so that you can pray. Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. Offer hospitality to one another without grumbling. What Peter says is that the final consummation of all things is near. The coming of Christ ain't far. Hebrews chapter is 2. Paul says that God in sundry times and divers manners spoke unto the prophets, but now had in these last days spoken unto us through and by his Son, Jesus Christ. Since the beginning of the Christian dispensation, we've been living in the last days. We are a whole lot closer to the last days than we used to be. Somewhere I read that now is our salvation nearer than when we first began. All you got to do is look around. We are living close to our last. Now, this ain't nothing new to God, because Solomon said there's nothing new under the sun. What's going on now ain't new, it's just new to us. But what Peter tries to get us to understand is that we need to be determined in our expectancy, because Christ is coming back. He says the end of all suffering is near. The end of all persecution is near. So since the end is near, there ought to be on the part of the Christian an attitude of expectancy and anticipation of Christ's return. And since we know that Christ is coming again, we should be determined, give all of our strength and attention to being sober-minded and self-control so that we can pray. We can't be walking around in a fog or being unconcerned, because that will cause us to be in a state of unpreparedness. 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 13. Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Jesus Christ. We can't be walking around spiritually asleep. And when the Lord comes back, we ain't ready. We ought to live in a state of determined expectancy, looking for and anticipating Christ's return. And when he comes back, we ought to be ready to go home with him. Then, in verses 8 and 9, he says, above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. Offer hospitality to one another without grumbling. There are those in our fellowship that you might not necessarily like. And you might not like some of the things they say and do. But you have to love folk past their faults. Forbearance and forgiveness comes into play. Even if you don't like me, you still need to love me, because whatever imperfections I have, your love towards me covers those imperfections. See, I knew y'all man just like that. You might not like everybody, But you shouldn't have got to love everybody. God don't like everything we do. There are probably some times that God don't like us. But he still loves us. He still cares for us. He still blesses us and provides for us. And so he says, above all, we have to love each other because our love for each other covers our imperfections. Now, here's the other. Now, he does not say that love excuses sin. That ain't what they say. Love does not let sin, particularly if it is sin that needs to be addressed and corrected. But what he talks about is that when there are things that we feel that is a sin against us from other folk, when we feel that other folk don't act toward us the way we think they ought to act, sometimes you have to overlook folks' actions and love them anyhow, because your love will cover their imperfections. Are y'all hearing me? Here's the other piece of that. When we have issues with each other, when we struggle with each other's imperfections, and when there is sin that sometimes needs to be addressed, you don't take church business to folk in the world. What go on in here ought not be found out by folk in Whitehead. Because our love for each other covers our faults, covers our imperfections, and we're striving to love each other past whatever issues and faults we have. Yeah. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 7 gives some of the characteristics of love. Bearing all things, believing all things, hoping all things, enduring all things. All of those characteristics regarding love ought to be seen in us regarding each other. We ought to have fervent love for each other. Because God wants us to love each other because he first loved us. Let me move on because y'all struggle. Then in verse 9, he talks about being hospitable. He says, offer hospitality to one another without grumbling. Because of persecution that Christians often had to endure, they traveled from place to place. They often had to leave their homes abruptly. And they traveled to various places within that region or even sometimes across the country. And one of the things that was common during the time of the first century church was that Christians opened their homes to other Christians. They were hospitable. They didn't have to call ahead to see if it was all right for them to come by your house. Short mind somebody's house if you don't call. You pull the curtain back, see who it is. And if somebody you don't want to be bothered with, They ain't getting in. No, that wasn't the case during the time of the first century. Hospitality was a no. You remember in Luke chapter 11 when Jesus' disciples asked him to teach them how to pray. And he gave the example of a woman who went to a friend's house at midnight. There was somebody who was traveling. Because it was a common thing for people to always, because bread was the main course in Eastern culture, it was a common thing for folks to always have bread. Because they always expected a traveler to be coming through. And even at midnight, if somebody knocked on your door, because of your hospitality, you let them in. Show up at somebody's house at midnight. This is what the Bible says. We ought to have hospitality one toward them. When we are lovers of hospitality, it gives, and it's ironic that one of the qualifications that it gives for elders and deacons is to be hospitable. If you're going to serve people, your home has to be open to people. You have to show hospitality once, but now watch this. The same qualifications that it takes for a brother to be an elder or a deacon, you got to meet them same qualifications to be a good Christian. When we are lovers of hospitality, when we love each other in spite of, when we think soberly and pray without ceasing, then we can be determined in our expectation and anticipation of the end of all things. Are you worried? What you got to worry about? If you have a determined expectancy, if you listen for Christ to come back, and if you're doing everything that the scripture tells us, what do you have to feel? You wait. You looking because you know there's something better than this. And you're longing to go home with Jesus. Well, when we are determined in our expectancy, it ought to cause you, he shows us secondly, to be diligent with your endowment. When we are determined in our expectancy, then we can be diligent with our endowment. I want to show it to you. The Bible says in verse 10, each one should use whatever gift. That word gift in this text means endowment. Each one should use whatever gift, whatever endowment. Watch the Bible. He has received to serve others, faithfully administering God's grace in its various forms. If anyone speaks, he should do it as one speaking the very words of God. If anyone serves, he should do it with the strength of God, with the strength, God provides, so that in all things God may be praised through Jesus Christ. To him be the glory and the power forever and ever. Amen. Everybody has a gift. It's right there in Scripture in black and white. I'm not saying that. This ain't coming from me. This is coming directly from God. He says, everybody everybody has, past tense, received a gift to serve others. So the excuse that we sometimes use, well, I don't have nothing to do in the church. I don't know what I can do or what. That ain't gonna hold water. Because the Bible says, you read, underline it in your scripture, go back and read in your Bible. Go back and read when you get home. Because God says, each is every one of us. That's everybody. We have received a gift to serve somebody else. I don't care how you try to argue with the fact that you have no talent. The Bible says it right there in black and white. God gave you something. Each of us has a gift that he has received to serve. Now, you may not have figured out yet what that gift is. You might not be searching and trying to find out what that gift is. But God has given you a gift. And what he wants you to discover is what your talent, what your ability is, and when you figure out what it is, use it to serve others. He says, and then when we determine what that gift is, we are to be good stewards. He says, administering faithfully. We ought to be good stewards with the talent and the gift that God has given to every one of us. We are to faithfully use that gift to be in service. He says in verse 11, those who teach and speak publicly, we should speak as if God utters the words. That's why teachers and preachers, you got to dig. You got to study. You got to put in the work. You got to burn the midnight oil. You have to avail yourself to every resource that you can so that when you teach the word of God, when you preach the word of God, you are saying what God says. That's why with the feeble ability that I have, I'm not the most talented preacher, but I never will be. But when I stand before this audience of people, rest assured to the best of my ability, I've been digging, I've been doing research, trying to find out that and making sure that I'm saying what God wants me to say. If we speak, we have King James says, speak as of the oracles of God. We have to speak as if God himself is speaking. But then he says, if anyone serves, do it with the strength given from God. Why? So that God gets the glory. It ain't about you. When we serve, it ain't about getting no praise. It's not about accolades. It's about glorifying God. Amen. God didn't save us to sit. He saved us to serve. And he has given each and every one of us a gift to serve each other and all of mankind. And what he wants us to do is discover what that gift is and be good stewards of it. Because the time is going to come when we're going to have an answer. And see, you can't use the excuse. Well, Lord, I is what the answer going to come back and say. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 10. I gave every man a gift. So you can't use the excuse that you didn't have one. Yeah. Romans chapter 12, verse 6 through 8. We have different gifts according to the grace given us. If a man's gift is prophesying, let him use it in propitiation or proportion to his faith. If it is serving, let him serve. If it is teaching, let him teach. If it is encouraging, let him encourage. If it is contributing to the needs of others, let him give generously. If it is leadership, let him govern diligently. If it is showing mercy, let him do it cheerfully. We have to be diligent with our endowments because God saved us to serve and not sin. Church, what I trust that you have allowed your hearts to receive this morning is not what I'm saying. What I trust that you have allowed your hearts to receive this morning is the Word of God. I mean, it's right there in the book. It's right there. All of us have received the gift to serve us. God saved us to serve and not sit on that gift. But now, if and when we do serve, you can't make it about you. See, it's one thing to do good things for other folk, for your brothers and sisters in Christ, and for the community. It's another thing to tell everybody what you did. See, we ought to do good stuff. But if don't nobody know about it but you and God, that's all that matters. Because he just said, whatever you do, you glorify God. Because it's by his grace that whatever we have, we got it from God. It's been said that self-righteous service comes through human effort. True service comes from a relationship with the divine down on the inside. Self-righteous service is impressed with the big deal. True service finds it almost impossible to distinguish the small from the large service. Self-righteous service requires external rewards. True service rests contented in hiddenness. Self-righteous service is highly concerned about results. True service is free of the need to calculate results. Self-righteous service picks and chooses whom to serve. True service is indiscriminate of its ministry. Self-righteous service is affected by moods and whims. True service ministers simply and faithfully because there is a need. Self-righteous service is temporary. True service is a lifestyle. Self-righteous service practices community. True service, on the other hand, builds community. Church, what I came by to say to you this morning on this ministry Sunday, we have been saved to serve and not sin. There ought to be a determined expectancy. We ought to be looking for the Lord to come back. We ought to be in anticipation. And so, Lord, there are some things that ought to be second nature to us because we are expecting Christ to return. We ought to be loving each other. We ought to be hospitable. I don't care whether you're comfortable, whether you have a relationship with folk or not, if there's a need to have folk in your house, if there's a need to show hospitality, there's a need to minister to those who are in need, do it because you love them. And do it because God said to do it. But then, more than that, you ought to be diligent with your endowment. Well, God wants us to determine, if you have not determined what your endowment, what your gift is, you got to spend some time talking to the Lord, asking him, Lord, show me. Help me to determine, help me to discover what my talent, what my gift is, so that I can put it to use in your kingdom. And let me just say, Boulevard, we're blessed. We're blessed. We have a number of ministries, we have a number of folk who are working diligently in those ministries. And I'm really encouraged by the number of young people, young adults who are getting involved in reaching out and serving. The most touching acceptance speech from receiving an award last night came from one of our young adults, John Hall. Moving speech. And we thank God for how he is using him and other young brothers in ministry and service to this church. But listen, church, just think if everybody, because see, the Bible just said that everybody got a gift. If everybody was engaged, if everybody was involved, just look at how much more we could get done for the cause of Christ in this place. How much more we could do to reach this Whitehaven community if everybody was diligent with their endowment. And so maybe you need to spend some time trying to discover. Maybe you're good at all. Get with Brother Steve Stokes, who is the minister of communication. He has put together a team. They're going to be working on getting flyers out for various events and stuff. Maybe you're good at all. And you can help that community to put together flyers. Maybe you're good in technology. Floyd needs some help with the AV ministry. Maybe you're good in encouraging folk. Get with the willing workers and find out where you can fit in. Maybe you can sing. Help these brothers in the singing ministry. God gave you a gift. Don't sit on it. Don't sit on it. Because in the final consummation of all things, when Christ, we know he's coming back. We ought to be ready to meet him. And when we meet him, we ought to be able to say to him, Lord, the gifts you gave me, I used them to the best of my ability. I tried to do what I could for the kingdom. And if we have been sincere, and if we have truly tried to do everything that we could with the gifts and the talents that we have to serve God, what you going to hear God say is, well done. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear him say, well done. Thy good and faithful servant. I trust this morning. That's what you want to hear. But church, we're not going to hear that if we're sitting and not serving. We need everybody. We need everybody. And if I can beg, I beg whatever. If I need to stand on, which I can't stand on my head. If I need to do that to get you involved, I do it. body of people, if all, last week we had 178 members. I don't know how many is here today. However many members we have, 200 plus, 300 on the road. If everybody was involved in ministry, we would turn this community upside down for the cause of Christ. Don't you want that for this church? Don't you want that for yourself? Because you are the church. You ought to want it for you so that you can meet Christ in a peaceful hour. And you can say, well done. Somebody's right there today. Somebody's right there. You're struggling. You're trying to discover what it is that you can do for Christ. Maybe you really hadn't had much concern. Maybe you just kind of been going through the motions. You just kind of been coming and going, and that's pretty much it. Can't argue with Scripture. You have received the gift. And it's up to each and every one of us to use that gift. First, discover what it is, and then use it to God's glory and to His honor. Maybe you need help right there this morning. You ought to come and ask for the prayers of the righteous to help you first discover. If you're not familiar with what it is, ask God to help you discover what your talent, what your gift is. And then ask God to help me use my talent to be a blessing to somebody else. I'm here because somebody used their gift to encourage me. You're here because somebody used their gift to encourage you. You have a gift that needs to be used to encourage somebody else. We beg you, we plead with you. Discover what it is and let God use you. Somebody's here this morning, you're not saying yes to Jesus. He wants you to receive the gift. But in order for you to receive the gift that all of those who are believers have received, that there are some things that you first have to do. That is, you have to obey the gospel of Jesus, because it's through and by the gospel that the gifts are received. You have to obey the glorious gospel of Jesus Christ. Do that this morning by hearing the word. Believing that same word. Repenting, turning from your way of believing, your way of serving the world. Stop serving Satan. Jesus wants you to serve him. Yeah. Confess Christ to be the Son of God. Be buried in water grave baptism for the remission of your sins. Get up a brand new creation, a brand new creature. Be faithful unto death, and God will give you a crown that won't fade away. Everybody in you. God has blessed us, and we're thankful for all of you. We thank God for each and every member of this great Boulevard family. We're thankful for all of you who are serving, who are diligent in using your talents. But we are encouraging you this morning, particularly those who have not committed yourself to serving God in ministry in this place. Come on, get that right this morning. Come on, ask for the prayer of the righteous to help you discover what it is that God wants for you. To help you determine what your gift, what your talent is, and then put it to use for the Master. Maybe there are those who you hear you're serving, and maybe you got burnt out. Maybe you've been serving and you got frustrated, you got tired, and you got to a point where you decide, I don't want to do this no more. Listen, Jesus says, I'll never leave you, nor forsake you. As long as we have life, Jesus is going to help us endure whatever it is that we encounter. So maybe this morning you ought to come and ask for renewed strength to help you to keep on serving, to get back to doing what you have done so diligently and faithfully. Come on, ask for the prayers of the church for your strength to be renewed. The church needs you. Jesus needs you. Because he saved us to serve. And that's it. Won't you come? If you're subject to an invitation, do it just now as we sing this song of encouragement. I am learning. Come on today. Say yes. Learning to lean. Say yes. I am learning. Won't you come? Won't you come? God bless you. Won't you come? Say yes today. God bless you. Come on. Come on. Say yes. Be determined in your expectancy. Anticipate. Look for Christ's return. And in so doing, let's love each other better. Let's be hospitable.